Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my new Let's Play walkthrough playthrough. Get good yeah, I like that. Welcome to my get good experience of Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sins. This game right here. Let's talk about this game real quick before we hop into the adventure. As every single Dark Souls fan will tell you, I'm assuming probably about 90% of the people that watch this video are Dark Souls fans. They will say this is the worst game in the series. This is the black sheep. This is the unwanted stepchild. This is the game nobody likes. I'm here to tell you that is false. Obviously, your ranking's just opinion based. I can't really persuade, or I can't tell you that this game is not the worst. I will say this game, I feel, was the experimental game of the Dark Souls franchise. They tried to do a lot of different things in this game, and some of them were good, some of them were bad, some of them were cool, and to be fair, some of them are very unique. And you also gotta remember Dark Souls 1 and 3 are ran on the same engine. Dark Souls 2 is on a different engine, which makes it feel a little different. That's where it gets a lot of the hate too. The engine and the people don't like the graphics. I think the graphics are fine. We'll get into that later. But this game runs on a slightly different engine than the other Souls games. So it's gonna feel a little bit different at first, and there's a couple of different mechanics that we'll obviously get into as we unveil them. But all in all, this game is amazing. And if you played this game before, or you heard this game is bad and you didn't want to play it for that reason, I strongly recommend you give it a chance. Give it a chance and play it for what it is. It's a Dark Souls game, but you have to play it a little differently than Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 3, just due to the different engine. Anyway, that's enough rambling. Let's hop right in to our adventure.
Perhaps you've seen it, maybe in a dream, a murky, forgotten land. A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. You will lose everything once branded. The symbol of the curse. An augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drang Lake. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why. flame. Your wings will burn in anguish. Time after time. For that is your fate. The fate of the cursed.
I'm gonna say here first, that probably is the coolest opening cinematic ever. Especially when she stares into your soul. Oh, we love that. Anyway, this is Dark Souls 2. As you can see, it just feel, or I guess for you guys, it looks a little different. The little animations, they look stiffer. But honestly, it grows on you really fast, in my opinion. We got nothing though. We got a whole lot of nothing. As you can see here, there's these little hobbit things. You just want to ignore them for now. We're not going to give everyone the hands yet. That'll come later. I guess the first objective should be to find a weapon. Weapons are important.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face. The face of the curse. It's an undead. An undead has come to play. They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you?
You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the cursed.
What is your name?
Our name. Well, we've heard of legends of the man, the myth, the legend himself, Chuck. From Dark. Oh shit, I messed that up bad. We heard of Chuck from Dark Souls 1. I think it is only fitting to follow in his footsteps and be named Steve, the next hero to save a new land. I am positive.
At least you know your own name. Here's your reward for sharing. It's a human effigy.
Take a closer look.
Who do you think it's supposed to be? Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you.
Alright, time to make our character. First off, let's go over classes. Classes are going to be your starting point for your build. Classes come in a bunch of different stats and configurations. If I can, yep, here we go. I'm going to just briefly go over these, but I'm going to flash up a picture that I found that can probably explain these better than I ever could. But we're going to go over them quick. Level, that's how strong you are. HP, that's how much of an ass kicking you can take before you die. Endurance, that's how many times you can roll before you get smacked. Vitality, how heavy you can, wow, words. How heavy of a load you can equip. How many spells you can cast, and how fast you cast them. How strong you are. How skillful you are. How good you can roll. This stat is the bane of everyone's existence, but it is also probably the most important stat in this game. How smart you are. How much you believe in God. Alright, with that being said, I have looked over all of these builds, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We're not going with Deprived. We're not doing that to ourselves again. I want to go with the Sorcerer. As for our gift, you can get a lot of very handy early game items. However, we're going to go with the Petrified Something. I am gonna finish the rest of this off camera, just not to bore you guys, and we will come back when we are done making our legend. This is our hero. Look at him, ready to save the world. This is my true self.
All people come here for the same reason. To break the curse.
You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance. Well, you never know. Go through the door and trot along to the kingdom.
But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow. Oh, I'll fool you no longer. You'll lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
Ma'am, I'll have you know I only died 145 times in Dark Souls 1. And that game's about half as long as this one. Alright, so all we have... Oh, we have the dagger too. Cool, 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 cool. We're actually going to go into here real quick, and we're going to put the staff there. As you can see, you have 4 ring slots. Big plus. Also, you have 3 right hand and 3 left hand slots. Big plus. Up here, we can get a human effigy. It's good to collect those because dying actually has a pretty grave penalty in this game, especially after it stacks up. This is a bonfire. And by doing this, we're already going to fail one challenge you could do in this game, but I'm going to talk about that way later. As you can see, you automatically have the ability to travel between bonfire to bonfire, which in my opinion is kind of a big plus. A lot of people don't like it. They're like, oh, you should earn it. But there is a little bit of lore behind this. I don't know the most amount of lore. I actually know this little bit of lore, and I will be talking about it once we come across it. Obviously, you can attune your spells. You can burn human effigies, which will basically make you offline while you're online. If that makes sense. You can't summon anyone, you can't get invaded, but you can be online. And you get the bottomless box from Dark Souls 1 just automatically, which is amazing. Alright, so going through here, we're gonna punch, 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 punch. Oh, wow. That was bad. Punch! Alright. We're gonna get a Soul of the Lost Undead, which is a consumable item that will give us souls, and a torch. That will come in handy later on. Let's equip our dagger, equip our catalyst, and head on to the first fog wall. Fog walls are kind of like little loading screens. If you want to read all these little tombstones, they're going to teach you how to play the game. Basically, R1s are your light attacks. R2 is going to be your strong attack. If I had a shield in my left hand, L1 would be to block, but because I have my catalyst, L1 will be to cast a sorcery. And L2 is just going to make me hit with my catalyst. Again, if I had a shield, it would be a parry. A parry is something you got to time. Ooh, actually, let's talk about this first. So this is a backstab. You get behind them, you punch them, you do a critical amount of damage, and they usually die. JK, they usually don't die, but yeah. Just taking in the scenery. Anyway, back to parries. Parries is something you have to time. If you time a hit perfectly and you parry it, it's basically a stronger version of a backstab. Ah, second dagger. Actually, let's equip that. I just want to see something. No, we can't do that yet, but we're gonna equip it just to be cool. Cause I'm the hash slinging slasher. Slash, slash, slash. I'm having fun with my daggers while I can because we all know that there's gonna come a point where I'm not gonna be able to use daggers anymore. Well, technically I could, but that's something I'm gonna get into a little later. I'm just all about the suspense. I guess continuing onward with my tutorial of the game, if you press the circle button, or I think it's the B button on Xbox, you're going to do a roll. Rolling is how you're going to dodge attacks. If you stand still and you press it, you're going to do a back step. That's a life gem. A life gem is a healing over time item. You pop it and you heal a little bit amount of HP over time. These are overpowered. People don't like these, and if all I gotta say, if you don't like them, don't use them. Drop down here. We're gonna get the soul of a nameless soul. Oh, I messed up. I'll be right back already. Alright, back up here. What we want to do is we want to go over this nest. You remember?
Give it, Moose.
You remember Snuggly?
Yes, you. Give us Silky.
Oh, I'll give you something silky. Pause. Let's leave the petrified something.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're never gonna use that. You can get a bunch of different items from this. I'm gonna pop them up on screen right now. That is a Dark Souls 1 weapon, actually. That's one of the 2 Dark Souls 1 weapons you can get from this. It's not the one that I wanted, but it's the one that we got. If you're a strength build, amazing weapon. If you're not a strength build, you will literally never use it because of that 50 strength requirement. Alright, heading on down. Let's head on through this. Oh, we can't head through that. We can head over that way. That is a statue. We need a certain item to unblock that from our way. So we're gonna have to come back here later. Alright, heading in here. Let's bring out the catalyst. I want to use what this build's actually good for. A lot of people say sorcery is the easy way out of any Souls game, and it is. Also right here, if you hold the circle button or the B button, you run. And for me, you can either set it to where if you push in your left stick, you jump. Or for me, I have it Dark Souls 1 style where you gotta double tap the run button. I don't like doing the left stick because I have a really fat thumb, and I tend to push down the button at the most inopportune times. And that's our first death. Shit. Well, I guess I can talk about what happens when you die. So as you can see, we're like rotting like a zombie right now. And if you can look up at our HP and look like squint in your eyes, you can see that we're actually not at full HP. We have a little bit taken off. Every time you die, you will lose a little bit of percentage of your max HP. This can be replenished by using a human effigy. That is what they're used for, they're to make you human. But that will continue to go down until you are at half HP, which is brutal. Especially if you're at an area where you're just dying and dying and dying. It basically makes the game harder. Actually, wait a minute. I forgot. Yeah. There's a ladder here. That item we picked up is an amber herb. Amber herb. Amber herb. Oh, jeez. Anyway. Basically, what it is gonna do... Basically, what it is gonna do is it's gonna replenish your spell cast. What? Wait, where is this? Oh, I know where I am now. I know where I am now. I always get lost in this beginner place. I don't spend the most amount of time here. Alright, we run across here, and I think this is where our path ends. Yep, as you can see, there is stuff in there, but we can't do anything about it. So, let's drop on down. Walk on forward. Keep on walking. Try arm butthole. Help me. Misfortune. I like reading all the signs. Anyway, welcome to Majula, aka the best hub in the game. And also, for the haters of the graphics, just look how beautiful that is. Hold on. Okay, that's a lot better. Just look how beautiful that is. You can't hate. Anyway, we're not going to explore Majula this episode. Actually, first off, we're going to go over here. We're going to grab that just because it's in plain sight. A Divine Blessing, that's a really good item to get early on. It is basically a full heal. Will replenish your HP, will get rid of any status effects, all that good stuff. We're going to head over this way first and foremost. Why? Because I want to get this out of the way. I don't think there's anything up here. I always like... Oh, it's over here. And yes, I completely ignored the guy with the Moonlight Greatsword. You want to know why? It's a fake.
Have you business with me? The way you're under is all blocked up, you see, by this god-awful statue. Heavens above! Who thought it a good idea to put it there? Oh, I'm in quite the pickle now. See that statue? Gives me the willies. You stare at it for long enough, it starts to look alive. It just doesn't seem quite right. There are no craftsmen round these parts. Hey, you don't think a real-life person was turned to stone, do you? See that statue? Gives me... Hey.
We go up ahead, we're going to see it's another one of these statues. The same one we saw in the tutorial area. This one looks like a girl, though. And he's right, it does look very real. Again, that's something we're getting to a little bit later, but we're going to notice these statues here and there. Anyway, I think that's a good place to end off. This is a good place to call it an episode. We dove into our adventure, Got told we're gonna die over and over and over again, and proved them right by dying in the very first episode to gravity, which I'll probably die from a lot. And we were given one mission to break the curse. How will we do that? Who knows? Maybe there's someone in the land of Majula that could possibly give us some insight of what to do next. Next time on Dark Souls 2, we explore the place that we will soon call home. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see y'all next time.